Get ready to go to the Bay Area, huh?
Been there before?
Been there before. Go ahead, what do you got?
Ken Walker's third look this week, no injury designation.
Yeah, Kenny made it through the week, and I just walked off the field with him, and he's really excited to be ready to go.
Can you, I guess, with Jamal, can you clarify what's going to happen with him and what an ETA might be?
No, not. I don't know the long range of it. He's going to get worked on here in a couple days, and we'll know more after that.
Out there just now.
Yeah, it was great. He just popped in on us at the end there, and had a chance. It was really good. He had a chance to speak to the whole crew, and he's he's just such a heartfelt guy, and he just let it out. Just told the guys what he was thinking and how much he enjoyed, how grateful he was about the win. And they were trying to haul him out of the stadium, and he went up in the box or something. Got a chance to watch the finish of it, and was going crazy about the end and the way the defense played and all that. And so it was great to reconnect with him for everybody.
Worked on meaning certain.
Yes. Right. He's really trying to be really evasive there. You're right.
Is it? I guess Bob already asked, but are there any hopes he can come back this year?
Is that what you were asking?
I didn't ask him quite like
See,
that.
I didn't think so either. I don't know that yet. I don't know.
Pete, you've talked about this through the years, but that's just the injury and how the mind plays, the player's mindset. You've seen players come back, and there's really no certain roadmap for players to come back.
There is to a certain degree with major injuries, because there's just a certain amount of time it takes. But the other kinds of injuries, where you guys get banged, they get shoulders, and they get bruises and hyperextensions in their elbows and stuff. The guys make it back and they do miraculous things. We've had so many stories over the years, and some guys are just way better at it than others, and they can adapt and they can figure it out, and they just tell you, I'm good, I'll make it, and then they find a way better than other guys, and so we're always trying to present and promote the stories about guys, that can do things, because it just opens up another person's, maybe their expectations to what is possible. And so, but when you got, bones are broken and torn tissues and stuff like that, we got to wait those things out. But we've seen some pretty miraculous things.
What had you seen from Ken in the lead up to him missing time to be so excited about what you're going to see?
Yeah. One of the things, this is to start with the negative, we was a poor pass blocker in college, and so we didn't know how that was going to work. Like the first day, he had worked with Chad, talked with Chad a lot before they ever got out there, and set the expectations on a different note than he had earlier on in college. And from the first day on, he was getting after it, and it was not even a problem. And it was just a statement about his pride and how tough he is, and how committed he is to being everything he can be, and all of that. And then the rest of it is he's got great speed. He's extremely elusive, tremendous side-to-side ability to get away from and escape. He caught the ball really well, and then all of that. And he's a tough ass. He's just a tough freaking dude that doesn't want to give up nothing. And so you put all that together, you got a really fine-looking guy. So we've been really high on him, and I was, looking to see what would happen last week, just because I was just so hopeful to see him just be part of it. He's really, we did the right thing. We waited another week. He got some good banging on it, and feels fine, and so he's ready to go, and he's safe and all of that. So just really excited for him to be a contributor to the whole thing.
More on Jamal. Will he have a chance to get his fingers worked on too?
I don't know that. Can't help you on that.
What happened to Justin Kohler?
He just felt his calf tighten up a little bit, and he thought he was fine. Wanted to finish practice. We held him out. He got some pictures taken here just to validate what's going on, but it was like at 12:30 or something like that, so we don't have the results back yet.
If Kobe has to play that spot, how would you come?
He's ready to go. He's ready to go. He got good work. He's been focusing on it for a good while now, and there's a lot of really positive things that he does, and so he's a good football player. So we're anxious to see him go.
Is Damian Lewis ready to start for you this week?
He's ready. He's ready to go. He did everything in practice, so he's ready to play in the game. Yeah.
Is D still option to return punts like Tyler did a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, those guys are both alive, ready to go.
Tyler hadn't done it a lot the last couple of years. Is that up to you?
He's working on it. You know, he is a fantastic catcher and great decision maker back there. That hasn't gone anywhere. I mean, he's got tons of work in the last, I don't know, 6 weeks or so. He's ready to play back there. So he's an incredibly instinctive player. We've never seen a guy catch the ball better than that. So you know, he'll make the great choices and decisions and make it hard on those guys covering. So if he gets his work, you know, back there, we'll see what happens when we get to game time.
Already close to coming back?
Yeah, already got a little work today, and this is the most he's done, and he's close. It's going to be hard for him to play this week, but he's finally getting back on the ground and running and doing some stuff, and he was at practice today.
What did you guys like about T's Tabor and how he fit in?
Versatility. You know, he played corner, played safety, played for Sean. Sean knew him really well, knows the system and all that. That was a big deal. You know, we're looking for somebody. If somebody had to come up and help us right away, then you know we wanted somebody from the system if we could. And so fortunately we were able to swing it. He had a chance to go back where he was, and he decided to come here. So we were really happy that he made that commitment to us.
What's 3 tight ends give you on offense? What are you noticing about that?
You talking about ours or somebody else's? Yeah, there's a lot of versatility in the formations. You can do a lot of stuff. You know, everybody thinks you're just loading up to just run the ball straight down the field, but there's so many edges and things that you can create with the motions and the shifts and all that kind of stuff, as well as the opportunity to throw the ball. And you can do all of that. We have a really versatile group, and those guys all have something to contribute. And so, you know, we'd love to see those guys play some.
Joey Blunt, what happened to him?
Joey just tweaked his hammy late in practice yesterday, and it's a real slight you know, pull on it, but it's going to be hard for him to make it this weekend. So, but it's about as minor as you can get, but it did register, so we know he's got something.
Shelby Harris, is he okay?
Yeah, he practiced today.
With the 3 tight ends again, how much of a stressor is that on like corners that usually don't have run gaps and those kind of things?
No, that is the observation to make. It does create other issues for the corners, and also for how teams want to play their guys on the edge, whether they're defensive ends or outside backers. It creates more issues for them, and they don't have as much freedom to come flying off the ball, you know. And so that's just part of it. It does slow you down a little bit, you know, and you don't have all of your speed guys out there. So there's considerations in both directions, but. You know, we're just trying to. It still feels early in our development, and as we're trying to figure out who's going to be able to make things happen for us and create issues and all of that, we certainly have a nice option here, and we'll see how it fits together, and we'll grow with it as we go, you know, through the early part of the season.
George Kittle's listed as sort of a game time decision for them, but obviously he's a huge factor. But
Yeah, he's a huge factor, and I know he did run around today at their practice, so I don't know how much, but he was on the field and practicing with them some. He's an excellent player. You know, he does everything. He's explosive in his blocking and his running, and a fantastic catcher. He's a really good route runner, but probably above all that, he's a great competitor. You know, he's really the real deal, and so you know, we respect the heck out of him, and he's a difference maker if he's playing.
Have you defended a wide receiver that is that much of a true runner that they put in the backfield like Deebo Samuel?
You know, Percy was one of those guys that could run the ball a lot. There's very few guys that look like you're talking about Deebo. There's very few guys that carry it like he does. He's built in a manner that he really is a physical runner. You know, and it's not just a guy out there, you know, skirting around using his 40 time. He can do a lot of stuff with the football. I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to play him more. You know, he's just got a lot of stuff that he does well. So there's not many guys though, you know, that are like that.
Anything else? Thank you.
Okay.